I drank a beer. I drank another beer.
Welcome back into the Beers and Balls Show. My name is Eddie, and I will be the host of today's program, where we're going to be previewing the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers on Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Central. But first, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. Follow us on Instagram at the Beers and Balls Show. We want you guys to come on the program, whichever team you are. You want to talk about your team. Whatever you want to talk about, we want you on the show. And if you drink beer, have a couple beers. And with that, let's go for first beer break. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is the vertical passing game. Jordan Love has to be very efficient in this game. Mike Flores, or whatever his damn name is, I think it's Mike Flores, whoever their DC is, loves to double mug, loves getting those linebackers up inside right over the center, trying to confuse them, play a lot of cover two. Now, Jordan Love has had success against this Flores defense, but it's not often. It's like one time, and it was New Year's Eve, 2023, against a bad Vikings team. And this Viking team is a lot better than that one. They're only getting healthier on defense. They got great edge rushers, good enough on the back end. Harrison Smith back there is not going to make a lot of mistakes. So when the opportunities are present, Jordan Love has to take advantage of it. And he's got to be able to push the ball right down the field effectively. And that's what they did last week against the Giants and found success. And it's something that I thought they've been needing to do more of because this horizontal stuff they're doing, wide receiver screens, little RPOs to the flat, it's just not going to work against these guys. So they need to be able to push that ball down the field. Excuse me. Second thing we want to talk about, the run game. Is Josh Jacobs going to play? I don't fucking know. I hope so. I also kind of don't hope so at the same time. I hope so because he's one of the premier backs in the NFL. And I don't know how good this Vikings rush defense is, but I don't think it's very good. It's definitely not top of the line. When you run this kind of scheme, your run defense isn't going to be the best anyway because you got linebackers right up the middle that aren't going to be able to get off blocks as fast as, say, a big old hog molly defensive tackle up there. So getting the run game started with Josh Jacobs, and even if it is Emmanuel Wilson, get his ass in there. You know, he kind of brings that other element of a slasher. So want to get him involved early, get them running downhill fast. And if you're going to work these outside run games, that's fine, but make sure you get the fucking blocks on the edge. Because Van Ginkel's not going to give up a lot of runs on his side. He's not this premier rusher, but he doesn't make mistakes. That's the thing about Van Ginkel. He will not make mistakes. He plays very, very sound, which is a good thing for him. He's a great player. If you're going to work the inside, you're going to work the duos. You got to get those double teams and climb to the next area. I just don't know if this offensive line is good enough to do things like that. I really don't. Even when they get a good block, it's either a hold or we get lucky. Like a good run game, every time Josh Jacobs gets like a 10-yard run, I'm just looking for where the flag is. So they got to play clean up front. And really dictate the line of scrimmage. Because this is the game the Green Bay Packers desperately need. And then the next thing is going to be the wide receivers. These drops got to go. They got to go. You know, they kind of were creeping up a little bit against the Panthers. Really creeped up a little bit more in big-time moments against the Eagles. And then they were on full display against the Giants. Get on the jugs machine. Make all the balls wet during practice. Do whatever you have to do. Because these drops are just killing drives. There's games where you can score 45 points. They're negated by drops. So let's make sure we catch the ball. You got to be able to catch the ball. And Christian Watson, get him more than 4 catches. This guy's ready to explode on the scene. He is ready to just become an absolute superstar. And I'm done talking about Matthew Golden until we start seeing Matt LaFleur involve him more. I'm done talking about him. Because I'm just wasting my breath talking about Matthew Golden when Matt LaFleur clearly doesn't want to get him involved at all. So, if he gets him involved, we'll talk about him next week. Until then, I love you, Matt, but the other Matt doesn't want to get you involved. And Romeo Doubs, this is it's weird because it seems like this whole offense is predicated on what Romeo Doubs does, game in and game out. I heard on one show, Mason Crosby show, said that That's just Jordan Love getting his guy paid because Romeo's due for a contract next year. I mean, I get it, sure. But let's not, center point on Romeo Dobbs. Let's get other guys involved. Let's build their confidence up because I find it really hard with receivers to gain like a high level of confidence if they're only getting like 2-3 targets a game. I understand you want to spread the wealth out. You want to give everybody a piece of the pie. I just think you solve that problem by just passing more and giving these guys 5-6 opportunities a game to catch the ball and do something with it. Now, would Jaden Reed be back? Probably not. He didn't practice Wednesday, and at the time of this recording, he's not practicing Thursday. So I don't think so. Maybe against the Lions, but that's a short week. He's the catalyst of this offense. This offense is going to take it to a whole new level once Jaden Reed gets back. But it's not back. So they just got to do better there. Need to keep up on the perimeter blocking. When we do run those outside runs, Christian Watson does fucking fantastic at that. So we want to keep up with that. And then moving over to the defense. But first, let's take us a beer break. Get after J.J. McCarthy. This is the first time. I mean, he's a rookie in all aspects. He didn't take a snap at all last year. So in my eyes, he's a rookie. So you got to treat him like that. And I don't know if, I guess the Vikings saw Myles Garrett in whatever international game they played, but it wasn't J.J. McCarthy back there. So I don't think J.J. McCarthy's seen a pass rusher like Micah Parsons coming after him all game. So it's going to be a big game for Micah to really pin his ears back against J.J. McCarthy in these, obvious pass down situations. We have to get home. And I don't know if it's, the system that Jeff Hafley's running that doesn't really allow Micah to, tee off every play. Because the team's all running a lot on us. They're running like 40 times a game, so I understand it. This is the game because J.J. likes to hold on to the ball. And he ain't a particularly good passer. There's a lot of discourse coming out of the Minnesota Vikings camp and their talkers about how he's just not the guy. I could have told you that when you drafted him. He ain't the guy. You don't draft a quarterback that, is known for handing the ball off in college to be your franchise quarterback. You just don't do it. And he hasn't shown anything impressive. When he tries to throw the ball down deep, it's nowhere to be seen, usually picked off. He's late on his anticipated reads. He's not a very good quarterback, so we cannot play down to his level on defense. We have to try and just take him out of the game and take him out early. Next thing, Jay Jettis. It doesn't matter how bad of a year statistically he's having. He's a fucking problem. He can just take over a game and destroy it, and he's done that many, many times against these Green Bay Packers. So it is scary even having him on the field. It's not something I'm particularly looking forward to, even though sometimes the Green Bay Packers have done well against him. We have to add another game to that, and this game has to be it. Because there's a lot of implications, this week and going forward. The season started. You have 5 divisional games over the next 7. You gotta win these games. So this is where the rubber meets the road, and it starts with stopping Justin Jefferson. Now he can get his yards, he can have 100 yards, and you still feel like you stop him. It's just how does he get his 100 yards? Is it a 3rd and 15 catch over the middle? Is it a 4th down reception that got 7 yards and put him in the red zone and then in a touchdown? Like if he gets like 1 50-yard catch and then a 30-yard catch and really no real world play, like that's game-changing, that's fine. But I care about how Justin Jefferson gets his 100, 125 yards and if there's a touchdown attached to it and where it is in the game. Because he's going to get his. Can we stop him? Because, the only other guy you have to worry about is, Jordan Addison. But the Vikings just aren't throwing the ball enough to really make them that big of a factor in these games. They're not really throwing the ball that much. So a guy like Kirk Cousins that would sling it around 35, 40 times, or Sam Darnold throwing it around 35, 40 times, See, these guys make them a dynamic duo. J.J. McCarthy just makes them just a couple of guys out there because they're not used to their full potential. And hey, Jay Jettas, I want him out the division. Go ahead and call trade. Because J.J. McCarthy is the quarterback for the next 2-3 years. Go ahead, J.J. Ask for a trade. Get out of the NFC North. Appreciate you. And then talking more about third down stops, it's going to be crucial. I mean, you can say the Packers lost both against the Panthers and Eagles because they couldn't get off the field. I mean, they got to tackle and get off the field. It's just so disappointing that they couldn't capitalize on the opportunities that were there to really flip these games on their head. Example was like 3rd and 26 against the Giants. Little screen pass. Got all the yards because Edrin Cooper missed a tackle. Swarm to the ball. Make the tackles. You got to allow Jordan Love to have as many possessions as possible. Because these long 8, 9, 10 minute drives, they're killing us. Instead of having 12, 13, maybe even 14 possessions on offense, we're having 8. It's getting split in half, so every game is going to be close, no matter what. If we're only getting 8 possessions. Because we can score at a 50% rate, and it's still coming down to the end. It's just, you got to get off the field on third down. And it starts more with Jeff Hafley blitzing right on the A-gap. You need to see some more Edge Cooper coming from about 3 yards depth, straight downhill, and making JJ's eyes move quick. Get him off the spot. So these so far are the keys of the game. I mean, I know it kind of covers the whole game, but little pieces and parts of this game is the difference is in a 42-7 game and a 22-20 game, 23-20 game, one of those last one-possession games. Or 5 plays, 6 plays. Those are the things that matter. Last thing, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I have to, though. Special teams. Straight up, fuck field goals. Fuck them. Go for it, go for 2. You don't have a kicker. You say Brandon McManus is kicking good. Matt LaFleur, you've said that the last 6 weeks that Brandon McManus is kicking good. Where? Indoor? In a little practice field? Because you sure as hell ain't kicking good outside. Harvestek, he had a bad showing. His confidence is fucking dead. Might as well cut him. He's got no confidence now. Just go for 2. Go for it every 4th down. Unless you punt. Because we got an MVP at punter. Danny boy. Fantastic punter. But do not kick the ball. You can put him in his nice number 17 jersey. But don't kick it. Just don't kick it. You don't have a kicker. Sorry. Because all these games that you trotted out a kicker have missed points. So if I'm going to miss points, I'd rather go for it on 2 and get 1 more point at the same click that you're making extra points at. Our 2-point conversion percentage is probably higher than it would if we were kicking extra point. That's how fucking shitty these special teams are. They're fucking shit. So just keep your best player on the field. Get an extra point. Get 1 more point than what Brandon McMiss could make. I just fucking hate it because you can't block up front. Kicks are getting blocked. Kicker's missing kicks. Holders laces to the kicker. I mean, it's a catastrophe. It's a catastrophe. Just throw it in the trash. Don't even practice it during the week. Fuck it. You don't need it. Don't need it. Because you should be able to score enough points and his defense play well enough that most of these games aren't even close. So you don't need a kicker. Tell him, keep practicing. We'll use him in the playoffs. Keep practicing. Go home. Just build a field goal in your backyard. Go ahead, practice at home. We can call you remote work. You can work from home there, Brandon McManus. Work from home. So that's all I really got today in this episode. Just wanted to get on here, preview the game with all you guys, get some, little more of a solo video because this is more of a Packers channel than anything else. I really want to just spend 15, 20 minutes on talking about the Packers. Now, what I need you to do is like, comment, subscribe. Now, drop down some comments of what you think how the game is going to go. Give me a score prediction and give me a yardage. And if you're right on any of those, you'll get we'll shout you out on the next show next week. Put up your thing, give you some shout outs, give you some credits. So do that for me. And if there's nothing else, I'll see you tomorrow. I love you. Goodbye.